Another thing that I was sympathetic to is, first of all, I think it might shock people to learn, and you do this great example. When you have a crowd of people, it's very easy to demonstrate the reality of this. Because when you first say it, you almost don't believe it. But tell us where people spend time on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have basically 4 options, right? You have the feed.
Yep.
You have Reels.
Yeah.
You have DMs.
Yeah.
Maybe is there 3?
Stories.
And stories.
Stories a big one.
Right. So you've got these 4 columns.
Yeah.
And also just start maybe at the beginning, what it was and where we're at now.
People my age, I'm in my 40s, they think of Instagram almost always as a feed of square photos because that's what Instagram was when Instagram launched. But if you look at how people spend their time, and even more if you look at what people do, it's just not the core part of Instagram anymore. People share way more to stories than they do to feed. People, particularly young people, spend way more time in stories than they do in feed. But the thing that people do the most, particularly young people, is actually message, is DM. Teens will often, and young people will spend more time even in DMs than in some of these other surfaces, and they definitely share way more. And forget about all the text. If you just look at photos and videos sent, there's way more photos and videos sent in as DMs than there are posted to stories or feed, or even those two combined at this point.
Yeah, you ask everyone in the room, like, put your hand up if you've sent a DM on Instagram in the last day.
Yeah.
And 90% of the room puts their hand up.
Yeah.
Great. Now keep your hand up if you have...
If you posted a story. I actually did this just this one time at Bloomberg. I made it up. I was like, did you open up Instagram today? Did you send a DM today? Did you post a story today? And it's like a bunch of hands went down. Did you post a feed post today? And it was like...
Every hand.
Nobody has posted
like 2 people.
a feed post today.
I did.
Yeah, well, we did because we have a schedule.
Yeah, that's right.
But when you did it that way, it really sank in. Like, oh, yes, true. And then what I appreciated was you being honest about the fact that we have that data, right? So had we only stuck with feed and we said, no, we're feed only.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be on this stage today. We wouldn't be relevant because we see what people want to do. And they would have gone to a place where they could have done that. Yeah. And that's just the hard facts of the business. Yeah. And so what I thought about is we've had very few changes. We went from audio to video and people lost their fucking mind. Yeah. And then the other crazy thing was you could do it a week early if you joined the subscription. Yeah. People lost their mind.
Also, when we first went to Spotify, people really freaked out.
Yeah, but all to say, we've only had 3 or 4 changes in 8 years, and it was very difficult, and people were very, very
it's stressful.
Angry. Yeah. And so I was thinking, like, how you're weathering the outrage and also the frustration, despite what everyone's saying, once they get over the hurdle, they like it.
I think this challenge of change management was the first, my first exposure to sort of controversy in the industry, where, I was the designer on a new design of the homepage of Facebook in late 2008, early 2009. And people lost their minds. Yeah. And they got, I won't say but I was reading the comments. It was gnarly.
Death threats.
And I'm 25. Yeah. And again, my self-worth is totally tied up in my work.
Right.
You're nothing if you're not that.
Yeah, and I'm just getting pumped.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
Yeah, I was just devastated. And you learn to accept the fact that, look, if you're going to spend half an hour using our product a day, it's I think of it, the analogy I used to use is it's a desk. You wrote some letters, you organized some photos, you did some things, and I just came in, I just rearranged your desk.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me to F off because I didn't ask
you permission.
Get out of my space. And you think of it as your desk.
Yes.
But the alternative is to become irrelevant. And I don't think that's being bombastic. Yeah. I'll give Mark a lot of credit on this. Mark's always said that companies usually fail by hitting their goals all the way down. And that's about not really defining success properly and also not being willing to make hard decisions. In that case, it's about aiming high. But in this case, it's about being willing to actually do things differently. Yeah. And I would rather lead Instagram during however long I lead it for, through a bunch of changes, and occasionally go too fast, too far, and get backlash than have it become irrelevant under my watch.
Yeah, that's fair.